Alright, here's something fun. Disclaimer. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm not doing this to call anybody out. As usual, I'm going to be talking about my opinions on this subject. Something that I think is a big problem. And is I'm going to be leaving the names of the channels of everybody who I mentioned in the description. Because, for reference, so if I mention somebody and you don't know who that person is, you can go look at the description, check out their channel, so you can see whom I'm talking about, to whom I am referring to. OnlyFans. This is the topic of discussion for today. Because of one particularly interesting incident. This actually happened yesterday. It's not really... VTubers in particular, not a type of content I personally enjoy. Someone with a model of an underage looking girl with their tits halfway hanging out, talking about stupid shit with their boring personalities isn't really something that, tickles my fancy. But there is one that I do watch somewhat regularly. I don't watch her channel. I don't watch, her actual YouTube shit. I do get a lot of reels of clips of her, and that's Pippa. Pipkin Pippa. She's fucking hilarious. That is the only VTuber I will actively stand by. And because I do follow a couple accounts on Instagram that do post her clips, I get a lot of other clips of other VTubers that I do not care about whatsoever. Because from the clips that I have seen of these people, it's all the same. It's just some random person with a boring personality that's just pandering to pedophiles and gooners. That's all it is. And it's really sad. This is a very popular choice of career for a lot of women nowadays. Maybe some of those are men. Because, it's a 3D model. You can't see the actual person. So it might be a dude. It might be a bunch of men doing it. I don't know. This is just the extent to my knowledge. But yesterday, I was scrolling through Instagram Reels, as I usually do, doom scrolling in the middle of the night because I have insomnia. And I came across this particular thing by this reel from a creator that I do not know. I do not know her. I don't know who she is. I didn't, at least, before I went down a little rabbit hole. Cottontail. And it was something to do with this Shy Guy thing. I know who the Shy Guy is. It's a character from Mario. That was the extent of my knowledge going into this. This is the particular incident I want to touch upon, and I'm not doing this to make fun of this particular person, but this is going to be she's going to be the primary example I use because it's the one that's most recent in my head. So, I saw her, I think it was people talking about her in the reel, referring to her and the Shy Guy, and I was like, what the fuck, what is happening? Because sometimes I do come across a obscure piece of internet lore, or something that sounds like internet lore, and I Google it, and I was not exactly too entertained by what I was reading about it. So apparently, it's this incident, or a person, I guess. She does, this particular VTuber, does OnlyFans and Fansly, and I'm going to get into that in a second, but she apparently does streams, or I don't know if it was just this one stream or she does it regularly. I have no idea. This is just the extent of my knowledge is this one incident that I read about and was disgusted by. She basically just fucked them on stream, and it was super crazy and some shit. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? So I looked at her account on Instagram. It's like, okay, she does do OnlyFans and Fansly. Double dipping is kind of crazy. I can't lie. I'm pretty sure she has a Patreon too. So triple dipping on the Gooners is ridiculous. That is some crazy greed right there. But I read that and I was just like, okay, that's all I need to know about this person. That's all I need to know about this person is that they sell their body online for random people, and they even apparently get fucked on streams, which is more diabolical than anything I've ever seen another person do in my life. That might be the craziest thing I've ever read. And I was like, oh, I was repulsed. But the biggest thing I want to get into is the people who do OnlyFans, the women and the men. The women and men are different issues for OnlyFans. Women do it because they want attention and it's easy money, and they're whores. They want to be prostitutes, and if you want to be a slut, do it in private. You don't need to be parading that shit around. No one needs to know about that because it's not anyone's business. But if you do parade it around, you show and post videos and pictures of you actively being a tramp, then public knowledge, people are going to make fun of you as they want to because you're exposing it. So, the people who do that are disgusting. People who sell their pictures and videos of their body, of them doing sexual things to themselves or to other people for money, for random people on the internet, is disgusting and sad. And the fact that people will pay money. I got that particular VTuber, Cottontail. I looked because I did a little bit of research, and I just clicked on the link because I wanted to see how much it was. Because usually it's like $5-6. I'm not trying to buy it. I didn't buy it. Not paying for porn. If I want to watch porn, I'll watch porn. But I don't watch porn anyways because I'm not fucking 15 years old. But $25. I think it was $25 for the regular, so like the base. $25 when you have that as well as the Fansly and the Patreon. She might not have the I don't know. The Patreon, don't quote me on that. I might be wrong about that one. Misremembering that. But that is crazy work. $25, but it's not even. Okay, so I dug into her character a little bit. She does the streams where she, plays games. She hangs out with other VTubers like Phillian. I know who some of them are. Like, I know Phillian. I know Buff Pup. I know Rosie. But I don't watch their content. I know of them because their reels pop up in my Instagram feed every now and again. That's it. I don't watch their content. And I don't know if any of them do the same thing. I don't know. I didn't dig into that because I don't really I'm trying to focus on one thing at once, right? And Pippa doesn't. That's why I like her a lot, because she's funny and she makes really offensive jokes, and that shit's hilarious. But yeah, the people who do that are disgusting, and you're pandering to horrible people. You're pandering to people who sit around their house and jerk off all day. It's all you're doing is you're pandering to lowlives and degenerates and people who don't contribute anything to this world whatsoever. And that's one issue. That's one thing I want to get in on. The big argument I see a lot on the internet is, but those have an audience, because a lot of people like me blame and get upset at the people who sell their pictures and videos online for $25 a fucking month, because it's disgusting. It's horrible behavior. And the defense to that is, well, there's an audience. So, yes, there is an audience. There's an audience of people who do not do anything with their lives other than lay in their bed and jerk off to their fucking life-size Gardevoir plush. That's all they do. They stick their dicks in their fucking Miku body pillows. That's, that's their only life. That's their day-to-day. And yeah, that is disgusting. The whole idea of it, the people who do it and people who pay for it are really pathetic. Because you have no shame. And, listen, if you think that you are confident enough and you want to do that shit, you want to post pictures and videos, I'm just some fat fucking loser in my room, okay? I know you guys make so much more money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions, whatever. I will be happy with my life of not having videos of me spreading, doing spread eagle on the internet for $5 a month. I'm happy with that. I'm content with me keeping things that are supposed to be private, because I have respect for myself and, any future I want and the people around me. If you don't respect yourself, that's fine. And it's not my place to tell you what you can and can't do because you're a grown woman or man. It doesn't really matter to me. It's something I want to talk about. But the other thing I want to talk about, he said the people who watch it, they're fucking pathetic, they're gross, they're disgusting, and yeah, there is an audience, but you're pandering to it. You're aware of the situation, and you are actively taking advantage of people who are lonely, who are gross, But another aspect of it is if it's like it's moms. So there's a lot of Instagram reels are just ads. There's a lot of bots who promote their accounts and for OnlyFans and shit, and I see it a lot, and I fucking hate it. I'm so tired of saying it, dude. I just want to watch fucking car crashes on Instagram. I don't want to see ass. If I want to see ass, I'll go on fucking Pornhub, but I don't. But the moms, so they they throw their respect out the window, and they also potentially not potentially, they do the exact same thing for their children or their future children, because if they ever do have children, well, they probably won't, because they are really all pro-abortion as far as I know, which is, horrible. But when they do have children, those children that are peers to your child, those little kids who go to school with all these other boys and girls, those kids are going to find out, and that kid's life is going to be horrible, because they're going to get bullied relentlessly for their mom being a fucking prostitute for losers on the internet. That kid is going to be. I feel so bad for any kids of OnlyFans moms. I feel so bad, because it's blatant disrespect. You're disregarding the best interest of everybody but you, right? And it's horrible. It's disgusting. It's gross. The entire culture of it, just go talk to women. It's not that hard. People who spend their whole life. This just goes for any streamer, but I'm using the VTubers, Cottontail, I guess, as the example. People who sit around all day and watch the streams, or who are all supportive and spending their money and buying these subscriptions. Come on, do better. There's more you can do with your life. You can go talk to women. You don't need to touch yourself 20 times a day to 3D renders of fake women, of people, of fake characters that are not and never will be real. It's just a person playing that role. And if you do that, then you're disgusting and pathetic, and I feel sorry for you. I feel so sorry for you. And I hope that you get things together. But what these people are doing is they're feeding into this culture, and they want to be complacent about, let's say they want to complain about a man because a man watches porn or a man watches the shit that they make, but they know that, right? So they'll use that to their advantage. They'll make more content because they know it'll make them more money. So they will complain about the demand while also feeling the supply. That is some crazy hypocrisy right there. That is diabolical levels of lack of self-awareness. But yeah, I think it's horrible. I think people stop. Just go outside, go talk to people, go get in actual relationships, and keep your pussy and your dick and all your fun stuff, all your taints and assholes off the internet, because no, you should respect yourself. You should have more respect than to parade around you being a fucking whore people to spend their money on. There's better things you can be doing. Get a real job. People like me say get a job, and people who defend the defense to that is it is a real job. It brings in real money. It's not a job. It is not a job. Getting dick down on camera is not a job. Playing with your fucking asshole while spread eagle on camera is not a job. It's not a job. It's a fetish. And if it's a fetish, that's okay. Listen. If that's what you're into, people watching, then go be cuckold. Go do cuckold shit, and then, live your life like that. Don't put it on the internet for anybody with $17 to fucking see. Anybody who makes any kind of money, because you're disrespecting yourself. Do better. And all the people involved, everybody who does it, who watches it, who I guess caters to it, you're all gross. You're horrible people. And I hope that this kind of subculture, this society grows out of this, because everybody who thinks they're somewhat important, who thinks they have any kind of relevancy, will do this shit. And I'm not doing this to be relevant. I'm not doing this to make a name. I'm just ranting about shit I have opinions on. That's it. That's about it.